Well, well. Let me just get the angle sorted out. It doesn't show you. Oh no, it wants to go that way. Show you properly, so it's very difficult to kind of figure it out. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, that'll do, eh? Well, hello. So many of you already. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Tonight, I am going to be endeavoring, subject to internet interference or YouTube interference or whatever it was that's been going on all weekend, because lots of people I've spoken to have been telling me they've been having difficulties and problems. But I am going to be talking about the new moon in Scorpio, which of course is happening today. But isn't it interesting that this morning I found the live I did last night, the forecast for the week ahead, suddenly it was okay. And what it told me, because it tells me obviously different things than it will tell you, was that it had only been uploaded 49 minutes ago. Do you know that emoji? That's the one I want to give. I do not understand. Hi, Jim. Same for you, eh? Hi, Shirley, Donna, Carolina. Hi, Penny. Hope all goes well today. So do I. So shall we get on? Because I'm going to keep this short and sweet tonight. But is there any sweetness in the new moon in Scorpio? Because you all will have known what I've been saying in the other chats about the fact that we've got this, or rather we are now gone past the exact angle of Mars, our planet of action energy, assertion, aggression, war, battle, frustration, opposite Uranus, that has been doing all sorts of unexpected things in Taurus. Uranus, remember, is retrograde. And hi, Lady Virgo, welcome. And also, hi, MM, hi from DK Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Venus here. And Regina, hi. So listen, there is some other energy that we need to talk about. But first of all, do let me know in the chat how the Mars-Uranus energy has affected you. Because one of you, Nina, said to me that she wondered whether the problems I was having over the weekend with the internet or YouTube or both or whatever it was actually due to the Mars-Uranus energy, because Uranus, of course, is electricity. It's also the internet. It also represents the unexpected, difficulties. I mean, it's interesting, isn't it, that in Iceland, and I did mention this in one of my other lives over the weekend, that in Iceland, and I don't mean the shop in the high streets of Great Britain, where you can get your frozen Christmas turkey. I'm talking about Iceland, the Icelandic island of Iceland, that has been experiencing 1,000 upon 1,000 of earth tremors. And fissures, if I've said that word right, have been opening up in the earth below the country of Iceland, the island of Iceland. They have a very big volcano there, and they think that it's almost as if it's imploding, getting ready to absolutely erupt. I feel from the Mars-Uranus energy, that is what's triggering it. You know, I've talked about this before. Laurie, hi. And thank you so much for your perseverance, Laurie. And thank you for your support, because I did notice you around a lot. In fact, all of you, thank you so much. And Jem, bless you. So listen, what I want to say about Uranus is that, like the moon, okay, has an energetic effect on us and the planet, because remember, it affects the tides in the oceans of our planet. We are made up of something like, I don't know, 90% water. Someone will tell me what the exact percentage is, but I don't know. But we are emotional cucumbers with anxiety. And which is that lovely meme that I've seen on Facebook that's been round and round so many times, but it is quite funny. Anyway, the moon affects us. The moon affects our moods. We know when there's a full moon, we start to really feel that energy in a big way. And also, what I want to say is, remember, this is a new moon. So we have this new moon, but in Scorpio. Scorpio ruled by Mars and Pluto. Scorpio that on one level, on its kind of shadow side, opens the gates to the underworld, to, quite frankly, to hell. And it's as if on the island of Iceland, the gates to the underworld are opening up. And maybe symbolically, it's telling us or suggesting to us that we all need to start going within a little bit more. We all need to start reflecting on our own agendas, and especially our hidden agendas, our hidden feelings from ourselves, our hidden feelings about others. I don't know if you remember, but I think it was in my pre-recorded new moon in Scorpio that went out a few days ago. I talked about this subject of gaslighting because there's something scorpionic in gaslighting, because it's about exerting control over another. Now, when one is feeling not very strong in oneself, when one, what's this a bit, Mel, is that why there is a sense of peril and just general, yes, that is general upset, absolutely. And so I just want to talk about gaslighting for a minute, because I think it's really super interesting. And I know there's probably lots of other people who have interpreted it on Facebook, but maybe not from Facebook, YouTube. Where are we? YouTube. But maybe not from an astrological point of view. Scorpio, to me, would be the part of the person that is in operation when they may be gaslighting another, whether it is conscious or unconscious in them. The reason people do it is because they feel on some level they are losing control over another. That is also because of something very simple that happens in relationship called codependency. And, you know, that's too big a topic for me to go into today, but I will another day, because that will come under the sign of Gemini and Libra, because that would be very much about codependency. But, you know, we all have our hidden fears, and with loved ones, we will often open up and tell loved ones what our hidden fears are. And, you know, sometimes it is better that we keep our hidden fears to ourselves and find a better way of dealing with them. Like, for example, going to a counselor, a coach, or a therapist who will soon put you straight. But a loved one, maybe not deliberately, or in some cases, yes, it is deliberate, because they consciously feel they're losing control over you. They will use these hidden fears to just get in there, like those fissures opening up in the island of Iceland. They open it up so you fall into it, into this depth of panic and despair, thinking that what they're saying is somehow true. It has a truth to it, that what they're saying is actually because they realize that if you pull away, they're not in a codependent relationship with you anymore. And actually, they need you as much as you need them. The relationships that work are the ones where, as Khalil Gibran, the ancient poet, said, "Let the winds of heaven blow between you." And that's a quote from Khalil Gibran. Let me just stop at that moment. Hang in there. Narcissists do not change. They just change their tactics. Yes, you're right, because it is a narcissistic form of control when we get into gaslighting. But what we have to remember is that narcissists will end up very lonely if they continue in their kind of known and learnt behavior. And we actually have to feel very sympathetic towards them, because it's a bit like they know not what they do. They cannot help it. Some of them do know what they do because they use it maliciously. But on the whole, the narcissistic personality is so desperately trying to find something to hold on to make some sense of their reality, which they cannot control. Because remember, all these ways of being are ultimately about control. So, okay, I'm just reading some of your, yes, it is about being very true to yourself, being your authentic self. We all have to keep a little bit of ourselves private. Let me see what else you're saying. Yeah, that's what they do, Lady Virgo. They will just switch to the next one because they cannot bear to not have someone they're in relationship with. Narcissists need someone to be their echo. Remember, Narcissus was the god who everybody was following and telling him how much they loved him. Echo, she was a nymph, and she also followed and fell in love with him. And what happened was Narcissus, he saw his image in a pond one day because he was unaware at this point why everybody said, "You're wonderful, we love you." And he looked in this pond and he didn't know it was himself. He saw this beautiful youth staring back at him, and that every way he moved, whether he smiled or looked miserable, the image in the pond copied him. And in the distance was Echo observing this. Narcissus fell in love with himself. But this is a terrible, terrible, unhealthy love. We have to love us. We have to, but in a healthy way and not in a narcissistic way. And it can take years of counseling and therapy to work through a personal narcissistic disorder. And let me tell you this, most narcissistic people, or a lot of narcissistic people, will become utterly depressed, and quite frequently they become suicidal. Now, I just want to come back to the story, because what happened was that Echo, watching Narcissus, gazing at his image in the pond where he's going, "At last, I've met my match. I love you." And as he saw the image, it was mouthing back. And what Echo did was go, "Oh, he loves me. I love him. I love you." And so Narcissus kept saying to the image in the pond, "I love you." And Echo kept saying, "I love you." And of course, we know what happened to Narcissus. He fell in the pool and drowned. And Echo suddenly couldn't hear him saying, "I love you." And she sadly looked around and was going, "But I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you." And faded into nothing. Is that familiar to anyone who's been in relationship with a narcissist? Because what they make you feel like is you're worth nothing. Like you are a, well, like you are an echo that just fades into nothing. Hang on, my cats are having a fight. They'll get over it. So I'm seeing a lot of you. Happy Diwali. I forgot. My apologies, but happy Diwali to everyone who celebrates Diwali. So that's our mythological story for the day. And you know, all it takes with narcissism a lot of the time is to go back to basics, to read the original myth, because it will teach you loads about yourself and about the other. Let me see what some of you saying. Oh, bless you, Eminem. Sorry, I got hiccups. Favorite YouTuber. Something funny is happening with YouTube. Listen, I know it's absolutely nothing to do with you guys, but you just check out my subs. It's just really weird. They're just going, I'm not going to say anything verbally. I'm just going to go, and I don't understand it, because I know I'm perhaps not putting out quite as much input, in terms of videos, but it is strange. But anyway, back to the new moon in Scorpio, because today is a new day and today is a new moon, but it's Scorpio. So how can you use this energy to go within and use that energy of Mars and Uranus to give yourself a good kind of earthquake and kind of volcanic eruption to get yourself out of a stuck place, out of a stuck relationship, out of a stuck job? There is absolutely no reason why we have to be in dysfunctional relationships. I know it's not easy, because you see, what a codependent relationship will do and a narcissist will do that is into gaslighting is they then make you feel, because they don't answer you. And our little codependent bit goes, "Ooh, I'm missing the attention. Actually, I'm missing the attention. Oh my God, what do I do?" And so we go, "Oh, just a minute." And we press and send. Wrong. That is not what we should do. The only way you get your power back is by doing nothing. Power, you think about cats for a minute and animals. They wait. They sit. They watch. They gauge their opposition. They might choose to walk away, or they might engage. So, hi, MD. Hi. So, if we come back to this new moon and think about, I do think that volcano is going to do a bit of damage in Iceland. And I think it is because of this energy of the new moon. I think what we have to say is, thank goodness this isn't an eclipse. And thank goodness it's a new moon. Because this is about clearing away stuff that no longer belongs in our lives. It's about just settling things, stopping it. It's about healing wounds that need to be healed. What's this? Oh, I love your name, Waiting for the Mothership. Oh my God, that is awesome. That is fabulous. You're sitting here wondering if you're the narcissist or the codependent. Please don't overthink it, Mothership. Don't overthink it. Just at least be grateful that on this new moon, something has made you think about it. Because that's the first step to growth and change and just kind of seeing what comes next and changing the way you behave to see if that makes a difference, if it brings in good new energy. So what I'm talking about is not designed to make any of you depressed or get into kind of bashing yourselves up. Please don't do that. But, codependency is so common. We start off as babies. We have to be codependent with our mother, otherwise we don't survive. So that's where we first learn codependency. But as I said, I am going to keep this new moon video short because the lives I did over the weekend, we had so many problems with, and tonight I'm going to quit while the going's good. But I'm just going to have a look at the astrological energy to see what else is happening apart from that Mars-Uranus opposition. I think many of you will actually be feeling things just easing off a bit actually today, as if the abscess has broken. What's this, Regina? No, Christine, are there internet problems or is it my phone? I don't know. Nobody is telling me in the chat whether there are any internet problems. I can't see from my side whether there are going to be any internet problems. I do know that ads are going to come in, and YouTube have changed their whole policy about ads so that YouTube creators don't have that much control. So you switch from your phone to your computer. Gem, all good here. Perfect internet. I like that, MM. Yes, I'm in peace and I'm Scorpio Sun, Mars and Venus. Brilliant, beautiful. This one has been fine for me. So also it's a Monday night for me here in Gozo. So it may be that there is less pressure on the internet here, less. And also here in Gozo and Malta, they don't finish work till 7 o'clock. So nobody's gone home to jump on FaceTime or Zoom or anything like that, or download from Netflix, live is sticking. Anyone experiencing, oh dear, it is sticking for some of you. Maybe you'll leave and come back, it's frozen or muted. I really don't know, my loves. But what I'm going to do is I just want to talk about one more aspect, which I think is helpful for us to be aware of, because the North Node conjunct Eris and Chiron in Aries. This is going to be around for a little while. And, Eris, you will have heard me talk about. Eris is about rioting. Eris is about people pouring onto the streets and protesting. Certainly in the UK, we've seen a bit of that over the weekend with Armistice Day, Remembrance Sunday. I did that 11/11 vigil on Saturday, whenever it was, which got completely awfully messed up because not allowed to swear. I was having trouble with my internet, finally got in rewatching from the beginning. Oh, interesting. Okay. Anyway, we need to be aware of this Chiron Eris North Node because for all of us to move forward collectively in a positive and kind of what's the word, in a in a way which brings together the community, we need to start loving each other. I think it's as simple as that, which I know sounds a little bit kind of like, crass, but gosh, there's too much individualism. We are all one, and we need to start realizing and recognizing we're all one. Chiron in Greek mythology was one of the centaurs. He was the son of Titan, or also known as Kronos, and Philyra, who I can never pronounce, who was an ocean sea nymph. Chiron lived at the foot of Mount Pelion. This is how he got his name as the wounded healer. So he lived in Thessaly, which would now be where Thessalonica is. Unlike other centaurs who were violent, savage, he was famous for his wisdom and knowledge of medicine. So you need to think about this in terms of where Chiron might be in your own chart. And Chiron frequently appears in the legends of his grandson, Pelilaus, and his great-grandson, Achilles. Achilles tendon, that Achilles wound, now accidentally pierced by a poisoned arrow shot by Heracles. Chiron renounced his immortality in favor of Prometheus. Now, Prometheus brought fire, and Chiron was placed among the stars as a constellation which is known as Centaurus. So Chiron is actually not an asteroid. Chiron is just known as a cosmic body and the wounded healer, and is a great energy astrologically. I'm still frozen. You know what? This new moon, let me know in the chat or the comments when this is unfrozen and when things have moved on. Let me know how this new moon is affecting you. Let me know how you're feeling. And I'll be back very soon. I am going to be recording, and I'm still going to be recording the overviews for 2024. So watch out for them. But they will be kind of like, I will do Aries and upload it. Then I will do Taurus and upload it. So they won't all be coming out at once. They'll be coming out over a period of time, because I'm going to beat those YouTube algorithms. Oh, yes. That's my new moon resolution. We also have a full moon, of course, not far away in Gemini. So I will talk about that. I'm going to record that at the weekend. So that will be up next weekend. That will be up beginning of next week. The lovely Jerry will be sorting that out for me. And I will actually be making some changes to my channel in the new year. So watch out for that. I'm trying to get it a little bit more streamlined, a little bit more directional. And it's all going to be super exciting. And it's just going to be awesome. So listen, thank you so much for being here. You are just, as I keep saying, friggin' awesome. I have a little team here of wonderful people who I know are on my team and have my back. And you all know who you are, and thank you so much. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for your support. Some of you I've met, some of you I haven't met, some of you I probably am yet to meet. So, on that note, please have a lovely rest of the day, lunch or supper or evening. And yeah, big hugs to all of you. So, good night from Gozo. And I will see you very soon. And end stream and inane grin. Bye.